Go ahead and look around. This is a 360 video, so you can pause it, you can pan around, inspect things more closely. Get a good look at where you are. Hold it in your mind's eye while we tell you what we're exploring.
We're at Old Stone Fort State Park in Manchester, Tennessee, and according to the park, what you're standing inside of right now are the ruins of a 19th century paper mill built in 1879 by the Stone Fort Paper Company.
Old Stone Fort State Park also contains a genuine, well-documented 2,000-year-old Native American ceremonial enclosure. It was said to be built by the Middle Woodland peoples between roughly 80 and 550 AD.
I'm not going to tell you what to think. That's not really what we do here, but I will say I've seen a lot of 19th century industrial ruins, and I've never seen one that made me feel quite like this. But what we're standing inside of right now is supposed to be the mill.
Take your time in here and really look at these walls. The stonework isn't consistent. These larger, rough-cut stones feel old. The kind of construction that makes you wonder if this wall was already standing before anyone thought to call this a mill. And there's also red brick. Why would you build in heavy stone and then come back later with brick? Unless, of course, you didn't build the stone at all.
And what we want to do today is just really look at it and then walk outside and look at what it's sitting on top of, because that's where things start to get a little more interesting.
So we've just walked out of the mill through one of its openings where a doorway would have been, and we've come down to the water. We're standing at the base of the cliff that the mill sits on top of, and I want you to turn around and look back up at it from down here, because everything changes when you see it from this angle.
This is the Duck River running alongside us. The water has been moving through this landscape for a very long time, carving, cutting, and shaping, and it's giving us this view looking up at the cliff face that most people who visit this park never actually see because most people stay up on the trail. As we move along the base of the cliff here, look at the outcrop. The official geological explanation is natural stratification. Limestone splits in horizontal layers, and I'm sure that's true to some extent, but look at the regularity of some of those surfaces. Look how consistent they are. There's an opening right here at the base of the rock face, and the stone around it. Now, I know the geological explanation could be water erosion. That might be exactly what this is. But does this look like erosion to you? Because to me, it has a different quality. It has a flow to it, like a surface of the stone went through something. I'm going to slowly bring the camera up from here and follow this. You start at that opening at the base, then those straight edges rising up on either side, and then at the very top of all of that, the mill. The building we were standing inside of from down here looking up at all that.
And look above the opening. See the two surfaces rising up on either side of it? Those edges are straight. They go straight up like two walls, and the opening sits right at the base of where they meet. I'm not saying that that's what it is. I'm just asking, does that look natural to you? Standing at the base of the cliff, looking up the full height of it, it looks like the base of a castle, and I just want to sit with that for a second, because I don't necessarily know what that means, but I can't unsee it.
Look at the stones around us down here at the base. They're not where water would have naturally deposited them. They're not where gravity would have stacked them over time. It looks like they've been thrown, like something distributed them outward from this spot.
So take a second, look around in 360 from where we're standing. Feel the shape of the space, because just beyond where that rock face closes off, and I do want to be careful here, I'm not saying that I know what's there, it just doesn't feel like it ends there. Does that read the same to anyone else, or is it just me?
It's not just you. I don't know what's beyond that point. We can't get to it, but standing here, it doesn't feel like you're up against solid rocks. It feels like a boundary of some kind. Whether that means anything or not, I really can't tell you.
And that might be nothing. That might just be the way rock formations work and our brains filling in patterns, but it also might be something.
I don't know, and I think that's an honest answer. I genuinely do not know what I'm looking at, but I know it doesn't feel simple.
Over the centuries, historians and scholars put forward some very different theories about who built this place. Ancient giants, Vikings, Welsh explorers, Romans, the lost tribe of Israel, and the reason those theories kept coming up is because what's here suggests something far more sophisticated than what the official timeline accounts for. The possibility that the people who came later, including the native peoples, weren't the original builders at all.
Look at this section of wall forming the side of the ravine. These are not small stones, they are massive. The kind of stones that make you think about how in the world they got here and how they got arranged like this and what it would have taken to do that.
We've stepped back out toward the water a bit, maybe 10 or 20 feet from the cliff face, and from here you can take in the whole thing at once. There's the river, the cliff, those walls rising up out from the base, the mill ruins at the top. I just want to ask, does this look like one continuous thing to you? Because it kind of does to me.
As we head toward the waterfall, look at the channel it runs through. Look at how parallel those walls are on either side of it. How consistent the width is. Could this really be just natural? Absolutely, but could it have been shaped at some point? I think that's worth asking.
We're not saying it was man-made. We're just saying, look at it and ask yourself what you think.
So here's what we know for certain. This part contains genuine 2,000-year-old Native American ceremonial sites that is documented, dated, and real, and it also contains the ruins of a 19th century paper mill officially built in 1879.
Those are the official facts on record, and we're maybe not here to argue with fact, but we are here to question them, and we're here to ask, are those the only facts? Are those truly the facts? Is the 19th century really where the story of the mill begins? And is the cliff it sits on really a cliff?
We started this video standing inside those ruins, surrounded by that stonework, and then we came down here to the base to look up at it, and it looks like a castle. And I don't think either of us can explain exactly why it looks like that, but it does.
What was here before the mill? What was here before the woodland peoples built their enclosures on this peninsula? Was there a reason they chose this place? What does that opening at the base of the cliff mean, if anything? We don't have answers, we're not pretending to, we just think someone should be standing here asking the questions.
The stone is still here. Whatever happened to this place, it left something behind, and it's been sitting here waiting for someone to come down to the base of the cliff, look up, and just ponder on it.
So tell us what you think in the comments. We want to know what you're seeing too, because the more eyes on this, the better. Thanks for joining us today. We can't wait to see you during our next exploration.